tragic. Jin Ze's young death highlights students' busy schedules. If you are a fan of Chinese dramas or have ever felt the crushing weight of endless schedules, this story is for you. Hit that like button right now if you believe the entertainment industry hides more than it shows, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's uncover the layers together. Chinese actor Jin Ze, known to many as the charming lead in romantic hits like Legally Romance and other popular series, passed away on June 4, 2026, at the age of 33. His agency confirmed the news days later, urging privacy and caution against rumors. What started as a simple announcement of a young star's sudden death quickly spiraled into a whirlwind of questions, theories, and revelations that exposed the dark underbelly of relentless work culture. This is not just another celebrity tragedy. This is a chaotic tale of ambition, hidden pressures, buried secrets, and a mind-blowing web of connections that reaches far beyond the screen, mirroring the exhausting lives of students across China and the world. Jin Ze, born Zhang Jiawei on January 30, 1993, rose from modeling roots to become a recognizable face in Chinese television. Fans adored his boyish charm, his ability to portray vulnerable yet determined characters, and the effortless chemistry he brought to every project. By his early 30s, he had built a solid career, juggling back-to-back filming schedules in bustling hubs like Hengdian and Hangzhou. Colleagues described him as professional and humble, always showing up despite the grind. But behind the polished interviews and red carpet smiles lay a reality far more turbulent. The official narrative painted a picture of exhaustion. Jin Ze had returned home from an intense filming stint feeling unwell. Hours later, he was found unresponsive in his Hangzhou residence. Initial reports suggested possible links to overwork, a common thread in an industry where 16-hour days and minimal rest are normalized. Yet, as days passed, leaks and whispers painted a far more chaotic picture. Ex-girlfriend accounts, alleged chat logs, and insider testimonies began surfacing, hinting at deeper issues: power imbalances, unspoken demands, and a system that chews up talent in pursuit of productivity. To understand the full scope, one must look at the broader context. China's entertainment sector operates under immense pressure, much like its education system. Students in major cities endure 996 work cultures in their academic lives: early mornings, late nights, endless tutoring, and competition that starts before kindergarten. Jin Ze's death became a flashpoint, with netizens drawing parallels. If even a successful actor could not survive the pace, what hope do ordinary students have? Forums exploded with stories of young people collapsing from stress, pulling all-nighters for exams, or sacrificing health for top university spots. The tragedy highlighted how societal expectations create invisible chains. But this story goes darker. As investigators and journalists dug deeper, rumors of a shadow network within the industry emerged. Jin Ze was reportedly part of a circle of rising stars who signed contracts with grueling clauses. One anonymous source, claiming to be a former assistant, described late-night meetings where executives pushed for more content, more exposure, and more personal availability. It wasn't just acting, the source alleged. It was about maintaining an image, attending private events, and keeping the machine running. The chaos intensified when chat logs allegedly from Jin Ze's ex-girlfriend Li Zifeng circulated. In them, he supposedly detailed feelings of being trapped, mentions of unwanted advances, and physical toll from non-stop work. While authenticity remains debated, the logs fueled speculation about sexual harassment and exploitation, topics that rarely see daylight in tightly controlled media landscapes. Fans were divided. Some defended the industry, others called for reform, and conspiracy theorists linked it to larger patterns of young celebrity deaths. Delving into Jin Ze's early life reveals seeds of this tragedy. Growing up in a competitive environment, he excelled in school before pivoting to modeling. His transition to acting was meteoric but demanding. Friends from his university days recalled him as driven, often studying scripts late into the night while balancing part-time jobs. He was like the top students we all knew, one old classmate shared in an off-record conversation. Always pushing, never complaining outwardly, but the cracks were there. As his fame grew, so did the isolation. The article that follows weaves a fictional yet plausible narrative inspired by these events, exploring the dark secrets, the mind-blowing twists, and the human cost. It is a story of one man's hidden struggles and how his death ripped open a conversation about the unsustainable pace forced upon the young. The rain fell in sheets over Hangzhou on the night of June 3, 2026. Jin Ze stepped out of a black SUV, his shoulders slumped under the weight of a leather jacket. Filming for his latest project had wrapped early that morning after another 18-hour day. His co-stars had joked about grabbing hot pot to celebrate, but Jin Ze declined. "Need rest," he texted a friend. Those were among his last messages. Inside his modest yet stylish apartment, the lights flickered on. Neighbors later reported hearing faint music, perhaps a playlist of calming tracks he favored after long shoots. By morning, silence. A concerned manager arrived for a scheduled call and discovered the scene. Paramedics confirmed what no one wanted to believe. Jin Ze was gone. Acute health complications, the preliminary report stated, exacerbated by fatigue. News broke on June 6th. His agency, Shengxi Guangnian Culture Co., issued a measured statement expressing sorrow and pleading for privacy. Fans flooded social media with tributes, sharing clips of his most heartfelt scenes. Hashtags like #JinZeForever and #RestInPeace trended globally. Celebrities, including co-star Eleanor Lee, posted emotional farewells. But curiosity brewed beneath the grief. Why so young? Why so sudden? Online sleuths noticed inconsistencies in timelines. Some reports mentioned Hengdian instead of Hangzhou. Others questioned the delay in announcement. The title that captured the zeitgeist emerged organically. Discussions linked the death to the student-like schedules in showbiz, where young talents study lines like exam material, rehearse like cramming sessions, and perform under constant scrutiny. In the weeks following, a leaked production schedule from one of Jin Ze's recent dramas surfaced. It detailed call times starting at 5 a.m., shoots running past midnight, and rest periods shorter than school lunch breaks. "This is worse than Gaokao preparation," one netizen commented, referencing China's infamous college entrance exam that defines futures. Students resonated deeply. Messages poured in. "I study 14 hours a day for exams, and now I see even stars break." Jin Ze's character in Legally Romance embodied the ideal student-turned-professional, diligent, ethical, overcoming odds. Off-screen, sources claimed he faced similar pressures but without the script's happy resolutions. A dark secret began unraveling through anonymous posts on forums. Jin Ze had allegedly been blackmailed with old photos from his modeling days, forcing him into additional promotional work without fair compensation. The industry, they said, thrived on such control. One mind-blowing revelation came from a supposed insider diary. It described adjustment sessions, private meetings where stars were coached on public personas, sometimes crossing into personal territory. Jin Ze reportedly resisted, leading to tense confrontations. The diary hinted at a larger syndicate of managers and investors who viewed talents as assets, not people, pushing them until collapse, to maximize returns on dramas that streamed 24/7. Chaos erupted when a video clip from a closed set leaked. In it, Jin Ze looked visibly exhausted during a break, muttering about needing a break from this endless cycle. Directors dismissed it as method acting, but fans saw truth. Comparisons to other young deaths in the industry fueled speculation of a pattern, a systemic issue mirroring how students burn out chasing unattainable perfection. As the story deepened, a chaotic web of connections emerged. Jin Ze's agency ties linked to broader entertainment conglomerates with stakes in education tech, apps promising to streamline student learning, but actually promoting the same hustle culture. Was his death a warning or mere coincidence in a high-pressure machine? A former roommate from his early days in the industry came forward with stories. Jin Ze had confided about sleepless nights rewriting scenes, dieting rigorously for camera angles, and attending industry parties where favors were traded. He once said it felt like living in a pressure cooker, just like school but with millions watching, the roommate recalled. The dark secret at the heart was perhaps the most mind-blowing, an alleged performance enhancement network. Whispers of supplements, unregulated treatments, and psychological coaching designed to keep stars functional amid exhaustion. Jin Ze had reportedly tried some to keep up, leading to unforeseen health issues. Official silence on the cause of death only amplified theories: overwork, underlying conditions worsened by stress, or something more sinister. Fans organized ex-girlfriend Li Zifeng's alleged logs added emotional depth. Messages revealed Jin Ze's vulnerability. I feel like I'm back in exam season, but there's no summer break. They discussed future plans, quiet life, perhaps family, but the demands always intervened. The logs, whether fully authentic or amplified, sparked debates on consent, power, and the human cost of fame. Public reaction was explosive. Students shared personal stories, collapsing in classrooms, anxiety attacks before tests, parental pressure equating success with survival. Jin Ze's death became a symbol, a tragic mirror reflecting societal flaws. Media outlets cautiously covered the angle of overwork, while avoiding direct accusations to comply with guidelines. In the months after June 4, 2026, tributes continued. Documentaries explored his career, highlighting moments of genuine passion amid the grind. Fellow actors advocated subtly for change, sharing their own battles with schedules that left little room for life. The story's most curious element was the ripple effect on education discourse. Experts drew direct lines. The same dopamine-driven productivity culture in K-dramas and C-dramas fuels student burnout. Reports emerged of schools adopting Jin Ze awareness programs, teaching balance and warning against extremes. Yet secrets lingered. A shadowy figure, perhaps a high-level executive, was rumored to have destroyed evidence of Jin Ze's final days. Mind-blowing claims of surveillance on stars suggested a control apparatus extending to personal devices, monitoring for dissent. Jin Ze's legacy evolved from actor to catalyst. Fans created fan-led initiatives supporting mental health for creatives and students alike. His final uncompleted project, a script about a young man navigating fame and identity, surfaced in fragments, revealing profound insights into his inner world. Zooming out, Jin Ze's passing illuminated global parallels. In South Korea, Japan, and beyond, young talents and students face similar pressures. The chaotic frenzy of social media amplified everything, turning grief into movements. Dark secrets of the industry, nepotism, financial exploitation, psychological manipulation, came under scrutiny. One explosive theory posited that Jin Ze discovered financial irregularities in production budgets, money siphoned while stars overworked. His questions may have sealed a fate of intensified stress. Curiosity persists. Was it purely natural causes, or did the system fail him deliberately? Official reports remain limited, respecting family wishes, but the conversation endures. Students, inspired yet heartbroken, formed online communities discussing sustainable success. Jin Ze showed us the glamour and the cost, one post read. His death highlighted the need for empathy in competitive worlds. Imagine this alternate thread in the tale. Jin Ze, in his final weeks, kept a private journal. Entries detailed vivid dreams of escape, a quiet village, writing stories, mentoring young actors without the machine's grip. He pondered the irony, playing heroes on screen while feeling powerless off it. One entry, dated days before June 4th, read like a confession. The lights are bright, but the shadows are long. Students see the success and chase it, unaware of the price. I hope my story changes something. In this fictional layering, a confidant smuggled the journal out, leading to its partial leak. The revelations shocked fans, exposing how even minor stars navigated webs of obligations, NDAs, and emotional labor. It tied back to student life. Just as pupils hide struggles behind perfect grades, Jin Ze masked fatigue with charisma. The mind-blowing climax came with a supposed recording. In it, Jin Ze confronted a producer about unsafe conditions. The response? This is how it works. Everyone does it. The tape, if real, would rewrite narratives proving systemic issues. Chaos peaked with protests at studio gates, students joining actors in calls for reform. Authorities intervened, but the seed was planted. Today, Jin Ze's memory endures through his work and the dialogues sparked. Fans rewatch his dramas, finding new meaning in scenes of perseverance. The title, Tragic, Jin Ze's young death highlights students' busy schedules, became a rallying cry for change. In closing this exploration, remember the human behind the headlines. A talented 33-year-old with dreams cut short on June 4, 2026. His story urges us to question norms, prioritize well-being, and support those in the spotlight and classrooms alike. If this resonated, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. What changes do you hope to see? Let's keep the conversation going responsibly. Rest in peace, Jin Ze. Your light continues to inspire.